What the? Oh, undo it, undo it.
Coming from an ICE or an internal combustion engine to a Tesla was a serious game changer. We've owned our Tesla Model Y for almost a year now and have logged over 20,000 miles and have gone on a ton of road trips from California all the way to Oregon. We also use it as our daily driver and log our fur babies around in it all the time. But what do I think of the car after a year of ownership? Did stuff break down? Am I happy with it? Do I have any regrets? Well, stick around to find out more. What is up, guys? It's Chris with Everydaychris, and welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for Tesla, tech, and everyday life. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and as always, like the video. Now, Tesla does a lot of stuff right, but they also do a lot of stuff wrong. So coming from Toyotas and Lexuses, known for the quality control and reliability, I was a bit surprised we ended up purchasing a Tesla. And yes, it's an American-made car, but just because it's American-made doesn't mean it's a bad car. I mean, even Lexus has a plant in Kentucky and they still produce great cars. So what's with Tesla? Now, this is no shock, but when people say Tesla, they also think horrible quality control. When we got our Model Y, I had to do a thorough inspection of the car. Why? From seat belts not installed correctly to not even having bolts on the rear seats. And get this, using wood to hold together a condenser. And all the normal issues like panel gaps, bad paint jobs. You can understand why I want to inspect the vehicle before I accept delivery. And this has been going on forever. I mean, a lot of Tesla's production is done by robots, but that doesn't mean we can skimp on quality here. If you look at my car, it looks like a lot of the metal parts were hand sawed with uneven edges. Even the trunk is horrible. The windows budge out even though it's due to the fact that it's now double pane in the front. But what happens after the rear windows become double pane? There's gonna be a super uneven gap from the camera glass, and it's gonna look super weird unless they double pane that too. My rubber seals have holes in them. Some of my rubber seals are actually falling off. The interior isn't lined up properly. There's gaps everywhere. The felt doesn't look finished. And when I asked Tesla about it, they either said it's in spec or I've logged too many miles on my Tesla, so it's not covered under warranty anymore. A little upsetting coming from paying $60,000 for a car. However, all these little things don't really affect me hardly unless I'm actually really looking for it. And it doesn't affect the performance of the car at all. But seriously, man. And again, no car is perfect, and yes, Tesla is producing way more cars than Lucid Air, Rivian, or any electric vehicle out there. However, it's annoying how much inconsistency there is with Tesla vehicles. And it's something that can easily fix by not rushing production and focusing more on going over the vehicles to make sure it's all the same and streamlined. Again, it's all a work in progress, but it's far from acceptable. Another thing Tesla seriously needs to work on is customer service. Not sure if you've seen my video, but I was double charged for my car when I picked it up. I won't go into too much detail as I already made a video about it. However, there was no sense of urgency and it took me forever to get a hold of somebody. It wasn't until I made the news that people from corporate called me and tried to remedy the situation ASAP. Luckily, anything car related is easily done through the app and the response time is much better. However, when I purchased the car online, the delivery and the sales team communication was horrible. And this not only applies to Tesla cars, but Tesla Solar as well. So it's the whole company where their customer service needs some serious work. I mean, at the end of the day, I could live with rubber seal that's loose or felt that doesn't look perfect. But if the car can't drive or it dies suddenly and I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere, then we got some serious problems. Luckily, I haven't had any issues with this and the car drives perfectly. But I have heard some horror stories where their battery suddenly dies or their heat pumps don't work, leaving them driving in extremely cold weather. I'd be super upset if that happened to me, but again, the chances of that happening are pretty small. But it was honestly in the first few weeks where I was embarrassed to own a Tesla. Here I was bragging to my friends that I got a Tesla, and then all of a sudden I didn't have a car for like 2 weeks. I had to bring my car in for service to get a few things fixed, only for the workers to create new issues and then I had to fix those issues. And then when the car is in service, they give you Uber credit instead of a Tesla loaner unless you make a huge deal about it. But I do love how a lot of the issues can be fixed with a mobile service appointment where they do come to your home. But once all that was done and over with, everything finally calmed down. So now that we got the quality control and customer service issues out of the way, what about everything else? I mean, every day when I come out and I look at my Model Y, I'm like, damn, daddy, you're looking fine. It's definitely a sexy looking car. And with that matte wrap and new wheels, sheesh. And best of all, it's all electric with good range. I never need to worry about going to Costco to fill up gas. I don't even know how much gas costs anymore. I literally wake up and my car is full and ready to go. There's also so much glass on the Model Y. It has this expansive panoramic glass roof. BT dub, my head always got so hot because it wasn't tinted, so I ended up tinting the roof with ceramic tint, and now it's so much cooler. Because there was so much glass, I applied Gion Quick View, and it honestly made things a world of a difference.
I'm pretty much simply just going to rub it onto the glass in small sections and let it dry for like 5 minutes, and then wipe it off, and that's pretty much all I have to do.
Now whenever water beads on the glass, it just glides right off, making visibility amazing, and I highly recommend it. I also got the white interior and I have zero regrets to this day. With 3 dogs, I might add. Once I coated it with Gion Litter Shield, the stains have been a breeze to come off. Pair that with their interior cleaner and I was good to go. As far as road noises and vibrations, there's definitely more as you don't have an engine to drown out the noise. Like for instance, the rear seat buckle would be super annoying as it hit the plastic. So I simply just lifted up the seat buckle and placed it in that little groove and I was good to go. I'm gonna be purchasing a seal kit to see if that works, and I do plan on replacing the speakers in the Tesla Model Y, so I'm gonna add a ton of sound dampening material, so stick around for that video. One thing I will admit is the rear and side mirror visibility is horrible. They use these teeny tiny side mirrors from the Model 3 in the Model Y, making visibility horrible. Not only that, the way the trunk is shaped, when you look out the rear view mirror, you can't see much. But the awesome thing is Tesla released a software where when you turn on the blinkers, the side repeater camera turns on, giving you so much more visibility and removing any blind spots. And that's the cool thing. Anything software related can easily be fixed with a software update. Listen, let me tell you, that is huge. Because when I got my Lexus, it was the first new generation that came out. However, it didn't have any auto stopping at low speeds, and they released that for the next year model. So already in 1 year, my car was out of date. Here's one thing I wish Tesla has: rear cross traffic alert. Yes, that's right, something that you find in all the cars these days, Tesla doesn't have, and they probably will never have because now they don't even have radars in their car. But rear cross traffic alert basically means when you back out of a space in a busy parking lot, if there are cars coming from the sides and you don't see them because you're parked next to a huge car, the car will beep letting you know something's coming. However, with the Tesla, it doesn't do that at all unless it's like right on your booty. Other features I wish the car had was the simple panoramic view monitor so I can kind of see my surroundings better when I'm parking or when I'm pulling off into a curb. And again, they did kind of fix that in an update, so when you turn on your signal light, you can see that part of the curb so you don't curb the wheels. And when you do park, you can simply just press the button and show the side cameras to make sure you're within the lines. And also, of course, I would have loved a heads-up display and a more refined interior. Yes, the Tesla interior is nice and it's super simple. However, I wish it kind of had more flair to it and looked more elegant. And again, this is why a lot of people don't want Teslas. You pay $60,000 or more for a car and you just get basic features. But what people don't realize is you're paying for the performance as well as good electric range in a vehicle, which means you're paying for better batteries. And you pay for cool updates that make the car better and their supercharging network. And for me, the supercharging network alone is the reason why I'll keep purchasing Teslas. I've covered this in my other videos, but because of the supercharging network and the information on the screen, you'll never have to wait for a supercharger or know if it's available. And it charges so fast, by the time you use the bathroom and you come back, you're good to go. And with other cool updates and features like being able to play games in your car, to using something called dog mode so the dog can chill in the car at a comfortable temperature while you do stuff, is amazing. And one of the coolest features of having a Tesla is their full self-driving. Right now, Tesla's full self-driving technology costs $12,000. $8,000, which is crazy expensive. I paid $8,000 for mine, and I'm also enrolled in the full self-driving beta. I can say right now, while it is amazing and something no other car company has available right now, it's not something I would use every day as it still needs work. However, I can see how the car eventually will be able to drive itself safely and effectively. Tesla has other cool party tricks like Smart Summon, where the car can come to you in the parking lot, and the ability for the car to park itself, and that's what makes Tesla such a cool car. And surprisingly, there aren't any hardware issues with my car. Sometimes it may glitch up, so I need to restart it, but after that, it's fine. A few issues I do run into though are those damn driver profiles. I set it so my driver profile and my phone are the prior device. However, whenever my wife are in the car, 80% of the time it defaults to her driver profile, so I can never get into the car because she's so small and I'm so gigante. And because of the new version 11 update, it takes twice as long to access the driver profiles and stop it and go back to my profile. But again, they may tweak the new user interface, making it easier for us in the future. At the end of the day, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Tesla was the first to do a ton of stuff, making EV mainstream, making EVs look sexy, over-the-air software updates to make your car better every day, a huge touchscreen that allows you to control the car, free control of your car in the Tesla app, Summon where the car can back in and out of a parking space. The list goes on, and all these were done by Tesla first, and they perfected it and did a great job at it, which is why all the other car manufacturers are copying Tesla. Overall though, I have zero regrets with my Tesla Model Y, which is why I have a Tesla Model X on order if it ever gets delivered. Anyways, thanks for watching my video guys, and I'll see you guys next week.